Okay, I believe we are live, and as you can see, I'm very excited that we have a guest here, Karen Higginson, who we go back quite a number of years ago. She's from Canada. I'm going to let her introduce herself in a minute, but she was coming down to see her sister here in New Jersey, which was very close to where I was living. So we actually got an opportunity to connect and get to know each other and have stayed connected um, throughout the last number of years. Gosh, probably almost 10 years, which is almost scary to believe. And that we also have gone our different ways. And what I'm so excited about is that we have come back together in this amazing, amazing opportunity, as you all know about. And she is just killing it. So I'm going to give the floor over to her in just a few seconds. I just wanted to kind of make a couple of quick announcements and so on, and then we'll get really rolling on this. And I have the Q&A ability up on Google here, so if you are here, you are more than welcome to ask any questions as we go through anything, or however you want to be contacted. Whatever it is that you'd like, just post it here in the Q&A, and we will get back to you on that. But I'm delighted that you're all here. I'm hoping that this is going to be a very informative call. I had been doing Hangouts there for a while, and my previous, well, I'm still there in my previous business, but for the beginning of a small team, I thought a conference call would be better. But as we have grown so much, I really think this is the better venue. I can have the ability to do a little bit of training. Also, now that I think of that, if there are certain things that you would like to do, learn how to do, you're not clear on how to do, and you would like to perhaps see a screenshot of how to, I don't know, maybe get the toolbar working, or you know, a little walkthrough of a certain aspect of the site, please give that information or ask that information in the Q&A, and absolutely I will look at doing that, or we can do it as a part of a training next Tuesday, however we go about doing it, okay? A couple of quick announcements. As I had mentioned in the email that I sent out, I so highly recommend that you all get on the Grow Rich or Think and Grow Rich call, and you can get all the information on growrichaudios.com. You get free ebooks. We're reading The Law of Success. We're almost finished with it, but I'll tell you, even if you came in right now, it will resonate and will be of value for you. Plus, you'll get to connect with this wonderful host that we have, Paul Hutchings. He is just tremendous. The mastermind that we have afterwards is just terrific. You know, I just learn so much every single time that I'm absolutely on this call, which is every single day, because it is my motivation. It is what keeps my spirits and my positive attitude up. It gives me faith, continued faith and trust in the laws that work for me and have brought me to this spectacular opportunity. And so I want you to all be part of that and really benefit from it, okay? And that is every day from Monday to Friday. So the information is up there. You can grab it from there. And pretty much that is what I just sent out a invitation that John Lavinia has with Charlize. It's going to be another very wonderful hangout overview that they're going to be doing tonight. So she's always full of great tips and tricks on training and things that work for her in social media. So I'm anticipating that's what it's going to be. It didn't really give us much more information than that. But whatever and whenever you can get on any of these, not only if you've heard it before, because I've heard these presentations now more or less quite often, and John's very good at doing the whole picture. And his latest one from last night was excellent. and it was short, well, shorter. It was only about an hour, but he definitely goes through everything about the company, the consumer part, even, the private, um, the
The
being
present.
on not Nasdaq, but on the stock exchange, and the company's pursuit to be on Nasdaq, the e-commerce aspect, and what I thought was very interesting, and I think that's important for us to all be aware, and maybe make sure you get to listen to last night's. And I guess what I want to say here is every time I listen to the presentation, I learn something more or something sticks with me a little bit more. And what we're talking about is how WooCar and Doobly, well, actually, what we talk about, it's not all about Doobly. It's about WooCar and, of course, our system and the rotator. And that WooCar is basically a mini corporation within Doobly right now. And the company is 100% behind us. This is not anything that we're doing on the side and shady or anything. They are so 100% interested and seeing how their own public shares have gone up since we all got started, because many of us here, fortunately, have a little marketing skill set behind us. And they never had that. They've never had anyone that really has been on board that knows marketing. So if you come from a similar background as Karen and I, that have been educated in skills that we've learned through products for internet marketing, it's going to just add even more additional value. And again, being part of WooCar, we're going to learn even more from Matt Trainer once the system launches, and that should be happening with the task coming up and a little bit of training that will go with it. They said around October 10th. So be ready for those tasks because it will take work, folks. A lot of work needs to still be done, but it's going to all be worth it. And we're all striving to get to senior director, and it is not such an undoable task. It really is something that I truly feel, because it's happening to me, it's happening to Karen, and others that are bringing on new people, that it is possible. And because of what we know, the skill sets that we've learned, it will be something that we can share and help our teammates with. And what my intention is to help all of you as well, right here through this training, through being available to you all. So those are some of the things that jumped out at me. He mentioned that, let's see, it is a multi-billion-dollar e-commerce business, but again, the big main topic, or the main feature is WooCar. So that's what we really want to have you really focus on and get across to your prospects. This isn't just another network marketing company. In fact, as you know, Matt Trainer isn't even a big MLM advocate at all, but he sees the bigger picture way beyond, that. And so, it is a consumer acquisition company. It is got a partnership aspect to it. It does have the network marketing piece of it, but again, I don't want to overstress, but I don't want you to not realize how important the team that you're in, WooCar, being a basic corporation with its own support system, which is amazing, and its own, kind of top tier, to be here to show us what to do and how to do it when the system starts coming out with some amazing leaders with us. So I think I've stressed that enough. I'm going to turn this over to Karen, or hopefully have it somewhat interactive, but I am just thrilled to see a couple of things. And all of you have the ability. But I just wanted to point out, she will tell her story, and I'm sure it'll come out in her story, that she has a tremendous why, and that's something that is important for all of you, to have a big enough why that will get you up every morning to be working on this, knowing if you don't, that you're never going to get to your end result, your goal, your dreams. And that's what gets me up. There's like no way I'm going to be left behind. I am determined to make senior director. I am determined that I will be well on my way to my goals here in this business, because not one roadblock has come in my way since I got started here. Yeah, we have bumps in the road and slight little challenges, but the abundance is flowing in and it hasn't stopped. And I know that this is the right place. And I know it's the right place for you folks. So combined with your mindset, combined with good leadership, fabulous leaders like Karen to lead her team along, you cannot miss as long as you're showing up every day and doing the work. So Karen, I'm going to give it and hand this over to you. I will stop talking and mute myself out for right now and let you have the floor. Welcome, Karen.
Thanks, Jessie. Thanks for having me on here today. So I loved what you just said about the roadblocks, and it sort of leads right into what I was going to talk about today. And I love that Team WUCAR has removed the roadblocks for everybody. So just a bit about my background. I've been in network marketing for 25 years. And the reason that I actually got into network marketing was because I had 5 small kids and I wanted to be home with them. But more than that, Jessie, I had 3 of my kids were diagnosed with type 1 diabetes, which is insulin-dependent diabetes. So it was not just a choice for me to stay home. I had to stay home with them because there was literally nobody else that could look after them. So I had to learn. I had to do all of the learning, and I did not have the best teachers. I had to learn along the way. I had to do online tutorials. I had to find mentors, and I think it's really made me far more independent than most people. I rarely ask for help, and it's given me a huge advantage because when I need to know the answer to a question, I take the initiative to find that myself. Unless I really can't, I really don't often reach out to somebody else. So this is what I really like about Team WUCAR is that they've removed all of the obstacles for us. So you don't have to learn SEO, and you don't have to learn how to do certain things. And what you don't know how to do, they're going to teach us how to do. So isn't that fantastic? So the first thing that happened to me was that I came across a message that Jessie had sent me. And that message was just so simple. And I actually ignored it for a few days because I thought, oh my gosh, I just can't take on anything else. I don't have time for a new learning curve and all that kind of thing. But Jessie, have I been on the whole time? Okay.
Oops, am I off? I was on mute. I'm sorry. Yes, you've been.
Okay, that's okay.
Yes.
So Jessie's message was really, really super simple. And what really bothered me was she didn't give me a link. Drove me nuts. In fact, I didn't respond to her. And I thought, to heck with you, I'm going to go look for it.
Yes, you did.
So this is actually leading into something. So I went searching to find out what it was that Jessie was doing, because that's what I do. If I can't find the answer, I go look for it, right? So, I was looking on, well, what has she got on her wall? So I went to her Facebook wall, and it said, if you want to know, you have to inbox me. And I'm like, oh, great. So something on her wall, I remembered I'd seen on somebody else's wall, so I went to that person's wall, and finally I found a video, which was the Everybody Wins video. And when I heard that, I was just absolutely blown away. I found it captivating. I couldn't believe this concept. And for me, with a background of network marketing for 25 years, what I had done over those 25 years was I learned coding for websites. I learned how to build my own lead capture pages. I learned how to do SEO, and it actually turned into another career for me. So I build websites. I'm a social media manager for several corporations, for some network marketers, for a charitable organization, and I build websites for people as well. And to see what they were going to do for us, I don't know if I mentioned I also do SEO. So to see what they were going to do for us meant, oh my gosh, I can step out of that role and just focus on helping people. That's all I really wanted to do. I didn't really want to have all this extraneous stuff, all the things that make duplication impossible. Do you know? I know it took me 25 years to learn that stuff. For somebody new coming in, it's setting people up for failure when they have a huge learning curve to get through. And luckily, I'm still home. Other people are out working, or they have other responsibilities. So the first thing that I saw during that presentation that really intrigued me was the partnership program. And for me, what that just fed right into my why. And what happened 6 years ago was I lost my daughter to complications of diabetes. And so the foundation that I work for remotely is allowed me to set up a memorial scholarship fund for her. And through the years, I've been helping to organize a 5K walk. And the organization of that takes months. It just takes months. And it's hard to get everybody together. And over the years, the interest has waned a little bit since her friends have kind of gone on to other things. And so I've been really struggling with getting the money together that we need for this scholarship. And when I saw the partnership program, it answered two things for me. One was, wow, I can really help out this organization, because a lot of charities these days are really struggling. And that was one thing. And number two was, in doing that, my commission from doing that, I could throw back into the scholarship fund. And I have been looking and looking for a way to, without extra time or effort, to be able to fund that scholarship program. So this is it. It became so evident to me. And, I wrote Jessie back immediately, and I said, give me the join link. I'm in. I don't think she could do it fast enough for me. So, and I didn't even have the funds to get started. That's the funny thing. And before I even got started, I had somebody ready to go, like ready to sign up. So what has been working for me is keeping that same exact simple message that I saw from Jessie. And believe me, the temptation has happened to expand upon it. And I did, Jessie, and I'll tell you what, when I did expand upon it, you know what happened? I stopped getting responses.
Interesting.
So, you know what it is? We try to overcomplicate things. So there's a really good video that Carla did. Jessie sent out the email yesterday that Scott wrote up, a welcome email. And that link is in there. I believe it's in there. If not, I know I have it. and it's in the Google Plus, in the resources. And it's basically, what's it called, Jesse? It's
how to share the plan.
Yeah, how to share the plan. And so if you don't have a script for what you're going to send to people, and I want to tell you, all I've done nothing else but send messages on Facebook. That is it. Okay? That is it. I've taught my team to do exactly the same thing, and the message that you're going to send is very simple. If you don't know how to write it, both Jesse and I are here to help you with that so that you get the language right around it. But that video is a really great place to start because Carla tells you the simplicity of the message. So follow exactly what she says, write up a sample script if you want to run it by Jesse or myself to make sure that you've got really positive and empowering language in it, okay? Then both of us will do that for you. We'll tweak it a little bit for you. Right, Jesse?
Absolutely, because I know it's my tendency to extrapolate the information because we're so excited. We want to give them everything that we know, and that is really hurting you more than it is going to be helping you. And like Karen said, have it be personal. You personalize it, but when I mention in my welcome email to personalize that script, that I kind of give you the original and then what I put into it. The personalization of it is really more for connecting to that person. If you know them at all, if they are friends, if you've gone to their Facebook and you check out a couple of their posts and see that they have children or they like a certain sport, or you see they're affiliated with some kind of membership or club, a book reading, music, whatever it is that you will find out about these people if you don't know them really well enough, you can talk about how maybe you have similarities or how is that child's birthday? I saw there was a birthday, or even you saw one of the children was sick and you were talking about that and hope she's feeling or he's feeling better, or they had their first day of school. How did that go? That's what I'm talking about when I say personalize it. But the rest, keep exactly the same because it is actually that simple. If you're interested in an additional serious, stream of income, let me know. And that's it. Don't give the link out. You want to first have them coming to you. There's nothing better than getting an email like, yeah, I'm interested. First, it's going to increase your excitement, your energy, and that's where we need to be. Our energy and our excitement needs to be positive, and that's exciting. And you want to be able to say, oh, absolutely. And then when you send them that piece of information back that they're interested in, here is the link. That's it. Here's the link, and I'm interested in getting your opinion. Kind of listen to what Carla mentions when she says, what does she say when she sends that link finally? It's, the one of John and the win, everyone wins, right? Thanks. Everyone wins video. And I'll tell you, the one that went last night, I forwarded it on to you if you haven't watched it. You may decide, and I'm going to mention that in just a second about the Hangout links to send out. But whatever link you send to them, you just simply want to say, I would love to get your opinion. Here's the video. I'd love to get your opinion. And I think that kind of softens the blow, so they get back to you and they can share their opinion. And if they don't jump on board immediately, or they're asking a lot of questions and you're not knowing what the answers are, Karen and I are so available to you to do 3 ways. And, that may be a turn off to you. That's kind of the network marketing, system. But, at times it works. And when you do that, you'll learn the answers and you can better answer these people's questions. And it's okay. Knowing less sometimes is better because we over talk and we give too much information.
Hmm.
So I really would like you to keep it really, really simple and do not answer questions until they have watched the video. If they haven't watched the video and they start asking a lot of questions, tell them, I really don't know how to answer that question well enough, and it would take me too long. Just like Carla says in her video, watch the video, and then I'll be glad to answer any questions. That's real, real important. And that's the simplicity that we've been using, and it's working. I didn't mean to take everything away from you, Karen, but I
No, that's fantastic, Jesse. You really covered that well. One thing I wanted to add to that too. So on Facebook, I've got over 1,300 friends. Okay, and something that I've been doing, you were mentioning about looking at their interests and that kind of thing. But the other thing you can look at, if you have, like, if their wall is kind of barren and and you just can't find something to connect with, look at the friends that you have in common, because that can tell you a lot too. So sometimes when I haven't known anything, what to say to them, because maybe they just got inspirational quotes, and you can say, I love those quotes every day that I see.
mm-hmm.
But one of the things that I would do is I would just say, I see we have lots of network marketing friends in common. We must have worked together at some point in time, right? So now what happened was every day I get up and I pull up that message. I've got it copied onto just a notepad, and I copy and paste it. So I start with a personal message to connect, and then I paste that other message underneath of that. Okay, and then I go to the next person and the next person and the next person. And here's what I want to tell you. Do not miss somebody. Don't prejudge.
Mm-hmm.
Don't decide for yourself that this person is not going to be interested, or here's what I do. I've done it a million times. I know I shouldn't do it, but, well, that person won't want to sign up with me. Or they've probably already been asked by one of the other leaders, right? So do you have any idea how many people I've seen show up in our Google Plus group who I skipped over for that reason? Okay? Yep. And in the Team Work or in the Rhino team group as well. So, and you just kind of do the face to the the palm. So I stopped doing that. And I actually go right through my list, and I go from person to person to person to person, and the only people I skip are my family.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
That's it. So I don't even know how far I am, because when you're going through your friends list, and then more opens and then more opens.
Right.
And I thought, I'm not going to get discouraged by looking to see how much farther I have to go. And so I had a stretch of a couple of days, because literally, I guess right at the beginning there, Jesse, I was getting a person about every other day, right, signing up. So I had a stretch there where there was just nobody, and I started to get really frustrated. And then I think it was actually Carla had said on one of the Hangouts, and this really, really got me. She said, the only difference between the people that are getting results and the people who are not is consistency.
Mm-hmm.
She said it has nothing to do with experience. Nothing. Okay? So all I can tell you is that I have been 100% consistent in the same action every day, which is I spend a good hour just posting messages, okay? And sometimes I'll go and then I'll take a break,
Mm-hmm.
because it is monotonous. And I come back and I go at it again for another hour, okay? But I do that consistently every single solitary day. And when she said that, I thought to myself, okay, you know what? It doesn't matter that you didn't get results, or what you consider to be results, for the last 3 days. Because absolutely every single thing that you've done up to this point is going to lead to some type of result.
Mm-hmm.
And it was funny, because once I changed that mindset, Jesse, all of a sudden I had somebody pick up the phone and call me and get signed up, okay? Somebody I had spoken to days prior, all right? And then I started getting people saying, hey, send me that link. Hey, send me that link. And as I started going forward and I'm copying and pasting, people kept interrupting me, right? Hey, give me that link. I'm like, okay, wait a minute. I have to figure out where I left off here. So just know, don't go by your results. Do not think about what you've already done and how much further you have to go. Just keep doing the same action over and over and over. And I promise you, somebody's going to respond. Look, you can't have 1,300 friends and not have one person say yes. I mean, it's likely that many people are going to say yes, okay? And then the second thing, Jesse, and I'll leave it at that, is you must follow up. And I have seen people not follow up. And I've actually signed up somebody on my team who had someone who did not follow up with them. So they were approached by somebody else. They weren't followed up properly. The person I'm thinking was probably inexperienced because they just told them to go to the website to get the answers. You have to make a personal connection. You have to. And it doesn't matter if you don't know the answers. Just say, I don't know. But you know what? I'm going to get you the answer for that. And then connect with Jesse or I, and we'll get you an answer. And if we're not available, there's Team Rhino, there's the support site. You know what? Basically, people don't have to have all the answers to get started. They really want to know three things. Can I do this? Will you help me? Right? And oh gosh, I forgot the third thing. See, because it doesn't really matter.
Exactly.
It doesn't really matter. They just really want to know that you're going to be there for them. That's all. And when you let them, they're trying to build trust with you. And once they trust you, they'll come along. So spend the time. When they respond to you, spend the time with them. Don't worry about your next copy and paste. Stop what you're doing and build that relationship. Get their questions answered, and they're going to be on board. And I shared with Jesse an email yesterday where there was a person who gave me a no. And just because I spent the time to just, I related to her, I did that sort of feel, felt, found thing with her. And not even 2 minutes later, she wrote, send me the link. Right? So it went from a no to send me the link.
Yeah, and I had something so similar. It's so interesting. Now, some of them will still stay on the fence a little longer. They still feel that where they are is better, or they maybe just, maybe they've invested in something just recently, and they're determined not to just jump from, thing to thing, and I can totally understand that. But if we stay connected and keep following up, as long as they have not said absolutely no, you want to keep following up. And the way, I don't know, Karen, you tell me, and this is what I've been doing a little, as I keep growing and seeing new results for myself, as I see new wonderful things happening to other people, whether they're sharing their wins, or there's another great video out there, or we have that new partners video that just came out that's perfect. I put it out there and say, I'm just following up with you, giving you an update on what's been going on, just to let you know how terrific things are happening. And
well, Jesse, I'm sorry, but remember that video that you sent out about the art of persuasion?
Yes.
Okay, so in my follow-up, I'm using that. I'm creating the technique of, just the illusion of scarcity. So what I'm doing is, Jason Cardamom, and it's on the Team Rhino page, the new video that he did about the rotator, how it works.
Right.
And so what I've done is, in a follow-up yesterday, I said, Hey, you've probably watched that video by now. I just wanted to follow up with this video that really goes more into depth about the rotator that I talked to you about. But be sure to watch it ASAP because this window of opportunity to participate in it is about to disappear. Get
Yep.
back to me ASAP. Let's have a conversation. That's it.
Perfect, perfect.
Yeah.
And you know, that's so funny. You and I are so in alignment with the way our thinking process is going, because I find that the very next best video to send out, because people will say, well, you know, WooCar thing, and this, you know, I even had someone ask me about what WooCar was, and then the rotator, what really is that? They want more details. Yeah, I can understand that, and so this is the perfect video because it doesn't only talk about how how the rotator works, but it also he had gone into a little bit about how, you know, the customer portion of it goes,
Mhm.
and how that is Matt's biggest chunk of, you know, where he sees the business coming from. But look at here, when you're at these other levels, how much more you're going to benefit because of other aspects of being, you know, in the rotator early, being at a certain level, so on and so forth. And that scarcity, that sense of urgency, is huge, regardless of any type of marketing that you do. That is a very important factor. So use that to your advantage. And even after the rotator begins and we are in it and it's sort of closed to get in for the rotator, and we're considering it, I think they'd call it like phase 2, we will also have a sense of urgency still. Whether it's because the sooner you get in, the sooner you will be able to profit from all the sales coming in, and that you will benefit from that, but the sooner you get in, the sooner it will affect you, and so on and so forth. We will also constantly have some type of sense of urgency. But right now, that is why it's so important for you to take massive action right this minute,
Mhm.
for you to take advantage of knowing that this is so huge and so powerful. You don't want them to miss out on it. And get
Yeah.
in now, and you will be part of all of this right up front, just like the people that first got started with the Googles and the Microsofts and the Apples. This is no different. This is really truly what we're seeing. And that's why John Lavinia, in the video I just sent out last night to you all, to definitely um, go through that, is that the main feature here isn't Jubilee, it's WooCar, because of the rotator and what we're providing people with. Because isn't the biggest struggle, the biggest issue for any one of you and anyone who's been in network marketing, is duplication and getting sales. Not so much the leads. Yes, we bought the lead. You know, you bought the lead, and they're there, and you've got your, you know, autoresponders, but you're not getting conversion. We're talking sales here, folks.
I know.
And
That's
that's what,
exciting.
right? And that's what's so
Yeah.
exciting. And before I forget, and I sent this video that actually, Karen, you've been, you know, feeding me these amazing videos, and I've been just forwarding them on to the team. It was the young lady who did this recruiting video, and she gave 6 wonderful steps. So really go back and listen to that. She comes from her heart. It's what's working for her. And one thing, and we really have to tune in, just don't throw things at people with no thought process, okay? And what I mean by that is, if an individual seems to, let's see, how did she give an example here? Depending on what the prospect you know, you see about the prospect, and maybe their questions or things of that nature, and you know a particular hangout that you have listened to, and we have quite a few now, and I keep copying the ones that really I feel are really powerful. if you heard something, maybe it went over the rotator a little bit because John's doing that more and more, or maybe this person is an analytical numbers person and he talks about the stock market and how it's a public owned company and how it's escalated since we got started with WUCAR, and our team is all growing so rapidly throughout WUCAR team. Send that hangout to them. That will connect. She said match your hangouts to your prospects, right?
Yeah.
You want that connection as much as possible so that they can relate to it. It is resonating for them. And as you get better at this, you'll know how to, point them in a specific direction with more information, and you can ask us, hey, there's this individual, these are the kind of questions he's asked. In fact, I'll tell you the truth, I had someone, and he was very analytical, he was very detailed in what he was looking for and how he broke down what he saw with this business. And before I answered it, which I had a feeling I understood what the answer would be, I asked a couple of the leaders as to whether I had answered it correctly and was this good? Was, what I had answered appropriate? Was it correct? And how would they, tweak it? And basically they gave me, the answers that basically it was good. Yes, that's definitely what you want to tell them. And that is what we can do for you. Send your response to us if you're not sure that you're answering the question properly, and we will help you. You could probably even do that on, well, I think the support with Team WUCAR would probably help do it there through the WUCAR support, because one of the leaders are looking at it and will respond to you one way or another. But definitely utilize Karen and I if you want to send us what the response should be for this person asking a certain question after they see the video. And if you see information like Karen is saying, I love the idea about, gee, look at all these friends we have in common. So there had to be some connection along the way, even if you don't know all these people personally. We must have connected somewhere along the line through network marketing or something to that effect. You don't even have to ask them where or how, but we must have connected through something that we were, had in common, and why this might be something that they'd be open to. So definitely listen to that video. Whether they liked it, that was another question. Tell stories. Not if you don't have a story yet, as many of you may know, and if you don't have a story to tell yet, she talked about 3 different stories of other people on how things have been working and how things have been happening for them. Tell the stories that you've been seeing. Make sure you're going to the Google WUCAR group site and the Team Rhino site. People will post their results. People you will see talk about their wins. Use those stories. Hey, there was this person who just got started, and in 3 days he became, a team leader or a team coordinator. And try not to use verbiage that may not make sense to them, but maybe he, accelerated to, a higher level that gives them a higher percentage in commissions, and it only took them a few days because duplication here has been through the roof, like nothing anyone has ever seen.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
There was one I shared. Tony Rush had posted something on Facebook saying, in all his time in the industry, and he has lots of experience, as all of you know, and many of them are saying the same thing now on the Hangouts, but his was, I have never, ever experience the kind of duplication, he didn't say that specifically, but what is going on here, meaning the duplication, the team growing, people not having any issue in putting out their $600 or their $2,000 to get in because they see the big picture. Again, like Karen mentioned, don't prejudge. I was stunned when I first got started where I assumed, which is wrong, we know all about that, right? That, oh, this person will probably only get started here, and this person, well, she probably might not like it, and she'll probably only start here. And oh my goodness, I was so wrong. It caught me totally off guard that people are like, the money's there, folks, because the why and how to get there, we have the answer. We have the vehicle. They see it. And they're willing to put that money through so that they can get in position properly. So don't underestimate who you're talking to and where and what they would be willing to do. Karen,
Right.
anything else? I'm just like, so I'm getting myself so excited here. I can't wait to start, getting on Facebook and contacting more people.
Yeah, I know. I would already have been on by now, Jesse. So I'm just like, you're throwing me off. I just wanted to add one thing, which was a lot of us are coming up to that 30-day mark, Jesse. So I don't know if you wanted to just expand on that.
Yeah. Everyone, there's a couple of I guess, rules or parameters that you need to be aware of. Every single person, check when you got started and track to your next, within your 30 days. Many of you are coming right up on that. Within the 30 days, you would need to, in order for you to qualify in particular for a TLA bonus, which is like incredible, to first get yourself upgraded to TLA. If there's any way possible, and we know that when something is big enough and is important enough, and there's a big enough why, there are ways to get to where you need to be. So if there's any way you can get yourself upgraded within the 30 days to the TLA position, do that immediately. And it'll give you also the opportunity to have people under you that start as TLAs, 3 of them, for you to be able to get a $1,500 bonus. It's pretty much getting you almost all your money back. Now, that's not the main reason of why you do that, but it's certainly an incentive to say, okay, I can put this money out right now, but I'll get that money back if I just do a little work and get some of these other people under me moving and at a TLA level. If you're a TM, you can bring in TLAs and actually, as a TM, bring 3 TLAs in. You could be actually bumped right up to team coordinator immediately. Mm-hmm. And it is in a 30-day period that that doesn't have to be in a 30-day period, but I believe the TLA, to get to a TLA and get your $1,500 bonus, needs to be within the 30 days. So don't miss out on that $1,500 bonus. You also, as a TM, can bring other 3 TMs under you, and you make $300. And that can happen over and over again within the 30-day period. So if you brought 6 TMs, say for instance 3 TMs, you make 300. You bring 3 more TMs, you make another 300. So these other, what do they call them? On inline bonuses.
Open line.
What was it?
Open line.
Oh, right, open line. Sorry, open line is they're there for you. So there are so many ways for you to make some quick bonus money that will definitely, elevates your spirits, and it is so possible. So I'll be very honest. I came in at a TM um, level myself. I just didn't have the cash readily available to get started. I didn't want to miss out on the rotator. However, I had people starting so fast under me that they were TLAs, and I was missing out a little bit on my bonuses. But don't let that stop you. Don't let that stop you, and don't let it stop the person that wants to join as a TLA. It's gonna turn around and help you in the end. So I quickly, within a short period, got myself up to a TLA position, and then I started to have the advantages of the additional percentage, because it's 5% for TM, 10% for a TLA, and 15% for a TC or team coordinator. And boy, what a difference that makes. And you're receiving a commission all the way to the very bottom of your downline. So you can imagine what that is doing. And I'm in profit now. I'm in profit. Money keeps coming in. It is just simply amazing. So you want to get in and working and getting people at the TLA level to come in, be a TLA as soon as you can possibly be. I'm trying to think, is there anything else I'm missing on that?
Yeah. You can only get into the second and third rotators at the TLA or TC status. So look, your whole goal, my whole goal, let me put it on me. My whole goal right now, it's not even about me. It's I want to get as many people into this rotator on my team as possible, because they're going to have such a huge advantage. If you want to see duplication on your team, get as many people in and taking advantage of that rotator. That's your leverage. That is going to take you places like you won't even believe. Let's help these people out. So I'm in a race to get as many people on my team as possible. And when you do that, you're going to move up the ranks. You're going to have money. You're going to get the fast start bonuses. I've already gotten 2 fast start bonuses. I'm working on my 3rd one. So I've got a huge goal. I've compressed that time for me, just like we talked about on the last webinar. And you've got to be looking at helping as many people as you can right now. Build your team right now, because it's going to affect whether or not you qualify for those rotators. This is a one-time deal, you guys. When they pull that down, when you can't get into the rotators anymore, this is your only chance right now. I mean, you're going to all be part of the first rotator with the customers, okay? But if you can be in a rotator where you've got business associates coming in, partnerships coming in, this is your chance now. So really, really, I don't care what you got to do. Like Tony Rush says, tell your family that you're not available right now. You guys go to the park. I've got to stay home and get this done. The house is not going to be clean for 3 weeks. Honey, I'm going to stink for a couple of days, whatever it is, right? Because I don't have time to shower, right? And I've been doing that. I mean, I've been making meals when I take my break for an hour, I'm making my meals for the evening at 11 o'clock in the morning, so that when the boys come home after, they can just grab their food then. So they're having to reheat stuff, which they don't necessarily like. But, it's just you've got to, if I turned my computer around here, you'd see all the dust on the floor. Okay, it's pretty bad. But I'm just saying, I'm so focused on this that I have to tune everything out that's around me and just let the people know around you that you need to do that. Because this is really the one time, this 30 days, that you have to give it 100%. And if that's only 1 hour in your day because you work outside of home, then give it that 1 full hour. Do that for yourself and do it for your team. That's all I have to add, Jesse.
Absolutely. You're here for a reason, and whether you're working a job and it's exhausting you and you get home and you're tired, how long do you want to continue doing that as well? isn't the reason you joined, is for your freedom. And you need to, like Karen said, if it's only an hour you can really give to it, then do the 1 hour. It is going to be worth it. This does not happen every single day. This is it. This is a blessing. I love that story where the guy is, drowning. And that sometimes many of us felt like that and have felt like that. And a boat comes up and he says, can we help you throw, life raft out to you? Oh, no, no, God said he was going to help me. And another person, comes up and he's treading water and he's, getting exhausted and struggling. And they said, throw a line at him. No, 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 no. God said he was going to help me. And a third one, the same thing. Finally, the man goes under. He doesn't come back out. But he's up at the gate in heaven and he said, God, what happened? You said you were going to send me help. And God says, I don't know what else I could have done. I sent you 3 boats. Right? Meaning, these are opportunities that don't come along. They're being put in your hand. You've accepted it. Don't squander it. Don't keep thinking, well, I'll just sit and wait and God's going to bring my prospects to me. No, that's not happening. He's giving you the wherewithal, the training, this vehicle, the ability to access everything you need right here so that you can take it on yourself. And it's something you can do. And we have nothing more in our hearts than wanting you to succeed, because I have never seen anything like this. My results are just going through the roof, and it is exciting, and I want all of you to experience the same thing, and you can. So if anyone has any comments or anything, please put them in the Q&A and contact us. I will be contacting some of you as well that I just really, really want to help you, get things rolling, and your mindset makes a big, big difference. Karen, thank you so much for being on this call and made such a huge piece of value to the call. Keeping it simple, guys. Let's just kind of bring it all back together here. Is the key.
And consistency.
Right?
Right, and consistency.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah.
Do not give up. Consistency and keeping it simple and following up. If those are like the 3 things, you don't do anything else but those 3 things, you will be fine, because persistence and consistency is part of the success laws. All right? And we've all had the ability to do it. And don't get discouraged. Failure is part of success. It's one of the laws, believe it or not. If you see not getting results as failure, it's okay. Persistence and consistency, keeping it simple, and the following up is going to get you the yeses. Just keep doing it, guys. So I want to thank all of you for being here, Karen. It's just been a pleasure to have you here. And we'll see you next week at the same time. This is going to be available for the next week, so you can replay it as much as you need to. Go out there, guys. Make this the dream come true that you've been seeking. Think from the end, as Wayne Dyer says. And I will see you through my emails and next Tuesday. Take care. Bye-bye.
Right.